Welcome back. It's Dark Horse Sports Talk Podcast. My name is Ben.
My name is Rico.
My name is Michael.
And I'm Colin.
And guess what today is, boys? The start of NFL preseason. So
Hell
get
yeah.
your fantasy lineups ready. Get ready for your fantasy drafts. Get ready to play some bets. It's football season, boys. Right now, as is the first game of preseason, we've got the Arizona Cardinals playing against the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if anyone's got an update on the score. It's 24-23 Carolina, fourth quarter. Cardinals got the ball. But one thing that was a really big topic going to every offseason into the new season is players holding out. And just before the preseason started, we have three major announcements in the form of huge contracts. The three running backs who we're going to discuss if they deserve it, being at the running back position. But Bijan Robinson had created a deal with the Atlanta Falcons, a three-year deal worth up to $75 million. Jonathan Taylor has a 2-year extension with the Colts for $44 million for 2 years. And Detroit Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs agreed to a 3-year deal that could be worth up to $70.75 million and includes $51.5 or $51.5 million guaranteed. So I want to know, guys, is the running back position in the NFL back? Have we lost focus too much and realized after last season how important these running backs are to their teams, and that's why they're getting these big contracts now? Just curious to hear what you guys think about the running back position in the NFL.
To agree with you, Ben, on that one, I think the running back position is coming back because I know for a while they were trying to make it into a hybrid position with running back / receiver. That's why earlier in previous seasons, you used to see a lot of running backs be catchers also and catch more of the ball instead of running. And those are the guys that got paid the big bucks. But now it seems like they're going back to the running position because they can see how easily a running back can get hurt trying to catch a ball as opposed to grinding the nose to the ground and pushing through the line and hopefully getting that touchdown. So yes, I agree that I think they should be getting paid more due to the fact that they're running more and hopefully getting less injured if they continue to run more and catch less. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
I think the position's getting more athletic again, specifically, the three names that, Ben just named, and then some of the guys that are coming up in the draft in the last 2 years I feel like these guys are great runners, great slashers, great cutbacks, but they could also catch the ball out of the backfield when it's needed, which is key. Some of these running backs, like Rico was saying, are just specifically in the backfield for a catch, or one of these running backs is specifically in the backfield for a rush. So having those, athletic enough dual threat catch, run, running backs, I feel like, the running back position's coming back a little bit. I do feel like it's still a bummer to some of these guys. I mean, you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and Robinson specifically, those guys should be making, as much as, T. Higgins or, Jamar Chase, or, they're as good of athletes, but they're, 10 million behind each year just because of the position they're playing. So that's my thoughts behind it.
I mean, you could say the same about Jonathan Taylor. That's what I'm really excited to see how he plays as a receiver. Because, the guy's been an absolute monster. So I might actually pick him up. So we'll see.
Yeah, so
he's just run. He doesn't have too much backfield.
Yeah, he doesn't catch too much. But as a running back.
Yeah, so quarterbacks, wide receivers, and defensive ends traditionally were the highest paid in the NFL. And it started to be a trend where running backs seemed to be disposable. They still had more running backs by committee, so more depth at the position, but also players, they were getting used up as running backs and then not really getting a big contract, and then having to go to another team to fill a spot. But they weren't. It seemed like the NFL was thinking they were a dime a dozen, but with these talents now getting these huge contracts, and there's a lot of other good running backs right now, it seems that there is an emphasis on the run game again. I don't know if you guys follow statistics or trends in the NFL, for example, but it has become a passers league or a pass catchers league. However, the last couple seasons, the rushing attacks have actually elevated the teams, and there's been less overall passing by a lot of the quarterbacks. I wonder, what do you guys think about this though? Do you think it's a result of more injuries, especially the star players? 'Cause there's been a lot of injuries lately, and do you think that is turning the tide, and that's why maybe they're going back to the run game because a lot of star wide receivers have been getting hurt, ACL tears, Achilles. I mean, running backs too, but there's been a lot of injuries in the NFL lately. Knee problems, also a lot of quarterbacks getting injured, and then you can't expect them to throw the ball 30 times a game. So do you think that's another good reason why running backs are becoming valued again?
Yeah,
The,
because
the,
I
Injuries,
mean,
the
I
defense
guess.
coordinators, I
when you
feel
give
like
the
the
ball
defensive
to the running back, it's actually giving more time to the quarterback. So therefore, it's like if you take the attention away from the quarterback and you give it to the running back, who's built a little bit thicker, stronger to be able to handle those hits, it's less likely to give an injury towards a quarterback. Yet the running back, in my point of view, is a guy that's supposed to be taking the hits. So his body is more acclimated to being able to do so, as opposed to a quarterback who really just throws the ball and doesn't really like expect to get hit as often as a running back, therefore preventing more injuries towards the quarterback. And like I said, the running back should be able or strong enough to take on those hits and hopefully giving him a little bit longer longevity and plus more time for the QB. So I think it does make a difference giving the ball to the running back as opposed to the quarterback.
It's got to keep the defense on their toes. Defense coordinators, I feel like, have got a little used to that passing thing, right? They've figured out. I felt like they've felt how to attack some of these quarterbacks, right? So, just the way to develop the team, you would think some of these offensive coordinators are finding ways to keep these other defenses off their toes, and I feel like that's a way. They're bringing the running game back in to keep these defensive off their toes. If you're just sitting back there for the pass, you're gonna you're not gonna allow that big of a
It
game
opens up
from
the
these
game more.
quarterbacks. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it
Cole
definitely
stick
does.
by it. So, yeah, I mean, you got multiple running backs. You got guys that are shorter, you got scat backs, but if you have a good rotation of that, then yeah, it keeps the quarterback healthy. I mean, he's the guy that's going to make all the money. But yeah, you're right. There have been a lot of injuries. I mean, just talk about the Niners. They just lost Pearsall. A bunch of the guys are dealing. I think there's like between 10 and 13 guys on the injury list right now, just
Oh.
for the Niners. And it's going on all throughout camp. So
You guys
Speak,
looking
we'll
too
see.
much.
speaking of
Hey,
which,
injuries happen every year, right? Injuries happen every year. So
They have
you're
every
looking
year,
into it.
but
You got to look at it a little bit different perspective, right? Injuries happen
yeah,
every year for
yeah,
every team.
I
yeah.
think
I know.
it's funny, but like the Niners seem to be cursed, is what everyone's saying. I think it's funny
Uh,
though because speaking of running backs, there's this like internet meme or something going around right now that says like Christian McCaffrey for the last 2 seasons, he's been sucking everybody's life force away around him so he could stay healthy. So all the other Niners are getting hurt around him, while McCaffrey, who's an older player now, is finally like everyone used to say, "Oh, McCaffrey's gonna break down. He had 400 carries last season," but like he's the only healthy one on the field, and everyone else is getting
He
hurt
is.
around him. Like he's sucking all their life force away so
he's
he
a
can stay
tank,
healthy.
man.
I think it's so
That makes
funny.
He's a
sense.
tank.
Yeah, maybe he's
They
a
keep
energy
talking
man.
about that. They keep talking about that electro field, or the power
I mean,
station being
the power station right next to the field. Yeah.
Oh,
they keep that.
like
That's
the
what they
curse,
keep talking
curse of the
about. It's
5G or
like,
something.
That's not
Yeah.
doing nothing. As a Niner fan, that's not doing nothing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've heard about the injuries though. There's quite a few.
I
I
mean,
think Mike
Michael,
Evans and their
yeah,
rookie just popped up on the injury list too.
right, you're saying
What?
that because you're saying that because you're a Niner fan, but if you really look into it, bro, it's not good, dude. You guys are the highest injured team during practice. Why is that? Because you're practicing
Well,
right next to a field that has electric waves constantly running through there, dude.
I think Brandon
You know what I mean?
Ayuk said that it was the medical staff there just sucked, so they're missing all these things, and they're not giving them proper nutrition, and they're all just getting hurt because they're.
I did hear.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
so
Like
crazy.
I don't know enough
He
about
also,
anything, electric wires or doctors.
I heard they
Who
buried
gets
dead
injured?
people under the stadium.
So it's a
I feel
curse.
like Ayuk's dropping out of his butt because of the back and forth he's going with them, back and forth, back and forth. It keeps going, man. I wonder where he's gonna
And I
end up.
was
What
gonna
he's gonna
mention
do.
this. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna mention at the end of the podcast, but Brandon Ayuk thought he might go over to the Washington Commanders, but they just signed Stephon Diggs instead. So I don't know. What do you guys think about Diggs, who was just on a Super Bowl contending team at the New England Patriots, going to Washington to back up Jaden Daniels out there and catch some balls opposite of Terry McLaurin? So that sounds kind of exciting, right, guys? What do you think?
I mean, that's a good deal for them, and it keeps McLaurin. It might give him less targets, but it keeps him healthier, and he's been kind of dealing with that the last couple of years. So keep your star healthy, and then give this guy some more touches. I think they could be dangerous as a duo.
No, I think it was a bad deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, why is that?
year,
Well, I think
What's
it's a
that?
bad deal because I was gonna say, go ahead, Colin.
right? Well, I'm just saying they had Debo last year, so I'm saying why? I mean, why is it that big of a difference? You know, I'm asking Michael. Why is it that much bigger of a difference for Terry McLaurin if Debo was there last year and now Diggs is
They're
there?
kind of the same player. I think it's kind of the same, but
Yeah, so I don't think it'll be much of a difference. Maybe a little more slot action from Debo, but
Thing I have
You know?
against all that is that I'm old school. You know, I always prefer to have one player for one team for like 10 years. You know, like it used to be old school football. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everybody's rotating everywhere. There's no loyalty in any sport in all reality. Well, in the NFL, it seems like a lot
there's no one
are just
from the
bouncing
team.
for the money. You're absolutely right, Colin. It's the money, right? But I mean, I'm always been a big fan of having a full team, a championship team. Because if everybody keeps bouncing around, I don't know, the dynasties are gone because of that. You know what I mean? Unless you pay for one, which seems to be like the future
Dodgers
in the NFL. You know, as opposed to just building the team and having players come up the ranks and actually be good and having a team unity, team concisiveness. You know, where they know what they're gonna do, they know that who's gonna pass, they know who's gonna block. When you get a lot of high paid players that are just going out there and trying to have a super team, kind of like the NBA, you know, it kind of distorts the game a little, at least in my perspective.
I may have to disagree with you a little bit there, Rico. I think some players do want to stay with the team that they've played with, but for the case of like Stephon Diggs, it's a good example. He actually got released, but most likely for whatever reason. But you could also say that salary cap restraints, having to sign him to another $26 million at like an older age, this and that, and having to pay other players like Drake May is going to need a contract soon. A lot of other players. I guess my point is, in the modern NFL, I know it's kind of like hocus pocus. Nobody knows how it works, but there are salary cap restraints in the modern NFL age. So unlike baseball, it is a little bit more restrictive about like just building a super team and then sticking that team together for a long time. So I don't think it's just like, hey, Stephon Diggs just decided to leave the Patriots and then join another team for money. He was just at the Super Bowl. If he could stay, he would have stayed with the Patriots. He just made it to the Super Bowl.
Well, let me ask you
But he
this:
got released. So I don't think
would
it's
he
his.
stay for less money?
See, that's a good question. Maybe he would, but did the Patriots
No.
want to keep him? So in this case, it's not him being disloyal to his team. It's him just like not being able to stay with the team. Whether it's a decision by the front office because, say, his conduct off field, or because there were a lot of rumors that I don't want to get into unless you guys want to talk about it, but of like off field conduct and then potentially like a big salary that they'd have to pay him too. So there are different reasons why a player might not be able to stay with their home team or
AJ Brown, if it
whatever.
didn't work out, do you think he was maybe still in the mix? Or do you think
Oh.
Brown?
No, I mean
Yeah.
he was cut way before that. Yeah, I don't know.
definitely conduct related? I'll tell you that one.
Yeah, it probably was Colin, to be honest. I mean, that's what I thought because it happened right after the Super Bowl. Pretty much, the Patriots made their intentions pretty clear. But I guess going back to Rico's point, yeah, it'd be nice if players stuck with their team and built up a dynasty there. But just at least in the
Right.
NFL, it's kind of tough these days.
Money
I mean,
speaks more than loyalty, apparently.
and it's easier for the quarterback to do that, right? Like Patrick Mahomes might retire a Kansas City Chief, but he's like the highest paid player in the league, and he's probably going to command that kind of salary. So it could affect the top or the rest of the players that they put around him, right? Like they might not be a Super Bowl contending team all the time because if they want to keep their quarterback at home, right? Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just a bunch of different things, but
It is
kind of
interesting, though. It's something to think
kind of
about.
saying, yeah, it's not clear cut and dry like you were saying, in my opinion, Rico.
Right. It should be. It's football, damn it.
Yeah, it's just a game.
But
It's just a game.
Making so much money.
football is like,
Football is
See.
like,
football is like,
Going to a different topic. What do you guys think about the UEFA to try and boycott FIFA? Where you have Giovanni, the president of FIFA, trying to actually privatize shares in FIFA, in the FIFA organization. And basically, the European League said that they're going to try and boycott it because they want to have a leader that's for the game, a steward of soccer, as opposed to a businessman who's just trying to sell shares and make money. I mean, my point of view, I think the UEFA is correct in doing so. I think sports should be kept to sports and not a business. And I think Giovanni is trying, the president of FIFA is trying to make it more into a business than the game itself, which actually brings a whole new slew of other issues to the game. In my perspective, soccer is one of the purest games out there because it takes a lot of athleticism to be there, and you have to be really good, and be your body has to be optimal to be one of the better players. And to try and make it into a business, I think it cuts into that. It cuts into the game itself, and I think it brings the game down. So, in my perspective, I think it's good to boycott, but I am kind of bummed out because we were not going to get as many players. But I mean, maybe they're making a stand, and this is a good thing for the sport as opposed to turning it into a business. What do you guys think about that?
didn't they say they're not going to do it, but then UEFA and CONCACAF are still going to boycott?
Correct. They're still trying to
Okay,
boycott because they're trying to get rid of the president.
right. I mean, in the long run, I think that's probably what happens. But I probably is they had Sepp Blatter, then they had this guy. Who knows if the next guy's going to be as corrupt? Because that is the most corrupt sports organization in the world.
This is correct
So
too. Yes.
who knows what's going to happen? I don't know.
Because I mean, if it does happen, like, how does that affect FIFA? You know what I mean? It's like, are we gonna like, is FIFA gonna be more expensive if it does become even more corrupt than what it already is? Or can we get someone
Right.
to actually say, right the ship, as they say, and hopefully keep it more as a sport where athleticism overrules the money aspect of it? But I guess it's hard because FIFA is one of the highest paid sports too per player. So I don't know. I still say that they should get rid of the Giovanni, the president, and make it more, or try and hire someone that's actually more dedicated to the sport to try and improve viewership and not let money take over as much as the athleticism of the game. Anybody else? No.
I think Colin should go first. I think he's gonna say something profound.
Yeah.
Oh, you bring in investors, you bring in more corruption, you bring in more money. What do you think they're gonna want? They're gonna want their team to win. Well, I mean, that's all I feel on this topic. More money, more possible corruption.
Let's
I'm
see
gonna
that.
I'm gonna say it like this. Tell me where a president of any sports organization isn't hated by somebody. Everybody boos Roger Goodell. Nobody likes him until it comes time to put on a good product. Let's be honest. Sports have been commercialized. All of them have been. If you want to have it on your television, if you want to have it on all the big networks, if you want to know what's going on, like it's just so big, it's inevitable. You could put the Pope in charge of soccer. He's going to have to talk business at some point. He's going to have to talk some crazy, like he's going to have to negotiate. Like this is what professional sports has become. It's big business, baby. There's no way
It's true.
around it. So the federation might say like, "Oh, we want you out. Who are you gonna put there?" And like, who is it not gonna be corrupt? Is it gonna be more sport, more football? No, it's gonna be the same shit. It's growing. The sport is growing. Like in the United States, if they get bigger shares in the United States, I mean, like soccer could. It would be like the big. It's already the biggest sport in the world, but like, it still has room to grow. I mean, look, not everyone, like I said, like not everyone likes the rich people or the athletes getting paid that much or the commissioners, but it's inevitable. It's a business. It is what it is, and he can just be like, "All right, fine, peace out." There's plenty of other countries that want to play in the tournament, or if it, or just like shut it out. Like he's got the leverage, so screw them.
Wait up. Perspective. Perspective.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
For a second.
There we go.
FIFA, how much money did they just generate in a month and a half?
I think it was like 4 billion.
Probably, yeah, probably like, yeah, billions.
The billions.
I think it was like
It
4
was
billion.
it was in the teens, I'm pretty sure. But anyways,
Her name was
how much do all these teams make in the NFL, NBA, etc. in a long extended period of time? The FIFA already has tens and tens way more money, or
Sure.
just right off the bat.
I believe
in my
it, yeah.
opinion. So they don't
Right.
they don't need it. They don't need more investors. That's
Correct.
That's another opinion I have. Why would they need more investors when they have the funds?
Right. I'm kind of on the Collins camp on that one because I agree with him. I mean, the money's there. It's just the corrupt people that keep on putting it into the pocket and not into the sport.
So
if you get
Colin
someone
is-
that's
How do you put it into the sport?
How
you
much?
pay the players more. You open up
Colin-
bigger
You
programs.
just said that they're the highest paid players in the world. Like,
So
The
are they
key
not paid
players.
enough?
FIFA made 15 billion. I was wrong.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
15 bill.
billion.
But
No,
FIFA doesn't
up
pay
and
the
down.
players, right?
Oh,
The clubs do, don't they?
No,
I thought FIFA paid
plays
the clubs, so the clubs play the players.
the club, and the clubs pay their players.
Okay.
But it's FIFA.
So
Yeah,
are they
Well,
not
yeah,
getting
they-
more money then? I don't get it.
I don't believe they
Educate
are.
this dumb American who doesn't know world football. I only
I
know
don't know.
American football. Like, how are they not getting money? I don't get it.
They're
So
getting
think about it
money.
like this. When the capital investors come in and invest into FIFA, and FIFA's already making the funds on their own, just FIFA alone. You bring in capital investors, they give you X amount of billions. They're gonna want a good chunk of all the funds that you're gonna make in the years coming. So why would they want to share with these private investors? Why I mean, why not just make the money on your own?
Right.
I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
So
That's-
apparently they're a non-profit, which is
Oh,
complete
nice.
bull. Google AI is telling me this right now. FIFA is officially registered as a non-profit associated under Swiss law.
So it's like
What the-
church. They make most money.
Yeah,
They're trying to make it profitable, right? They're
Yeah.
trying to change it to a profitable business with this change, right?
and apparently the money goes to underdeveloped countries.
Oh, I see.
Apparently,
I mean-
we most of the people run.
I must switch it up a little because we're talking about money, which kind of leads into the next topic.
Hold on,
here.
I got one more thing to say, Rick. I got
All
one.
right, all right.
Their brain is working right now.
I get it. I get it. Like the money should go into, like it should be
Like scholarship
prioritizing
foundations.
sporting integrity over financial returns. But like you can't, like how do you do that? You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, guys. It's like this
I
is just
can.
no, like it's corrupt already. You're not. I don't think the investors thing is enough, like to stop the corruption. If there are no more new big investors, people are still gonna say it's corrupt. The referees are corrupt. The flapping is goofy. Like it's not gonna change. It's like that. You can argue that the NFL is corrupt and it doesn't make as much money as boxing's corrupt. You know, like all the sports are corrupt in my opinion. The NBA is definitely corrupt. Don't at me. But I'm just saying, like, it's
Like
everywhere.
everybody's
It just is
for
what it is.
that.
Enrico, you said this in an episode where it was like it's NFL is like entertainment. It's not actual
Sport.
like sporting integrity is not like what it is. It's
Right.
entertainment. So technically, the story
Most sports.
writers or the storybook writers determine the outcome. Like I don't know. I'm just saying like maybe we're pointing the finger at the wrong thing, and the problem is deeper rooted than any people right now are willing to acknowledge. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, it's fair.
It probably
It's
is.
fair. But again, talking about money, like I was going to dive into the next one. So I also was reading earlier today that UFC 2050, the one that was at the White House, actually ended up losing a lot of money, close to about $30 million for that event at the White House. So then, which made sense, right? Because the event was free to begin with. The production costs probably were skyrocketing because one, it's in front of the White House. Two, it was outside. So I'm sure they had to, get the nets up so the mosquitoes don't bite. And then the other aspect, they also had the fighters, paying them big purses. But with all of that being said, even Dana White came out and said that they will never do another big event like that, which I think it's like, well, he says he will never do another big event, but then it then turns around and says that it was good for the UFC because they were able to pull in more investors. It was one of the highest viewed events in history, especially in Paramount Plus or something like that. And I think they were able to capture close to 34 million viewers just for that one event. So, in my perspective, I'm like, so if he's saying that it is good but doesn't want to do it again, wouldn't you want to do it again, especially if you're getting more money and building more viewers? I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Go ahead,
I-
Colin. You about to go
Yes.
off, Colin.
Well, yeah, no, look, when you sign a $7 billion deal at the beginning of the year for your TV rights, it don't matter. You lose 30
Drop in the
million one
bucket.
time. Who cares? That you know what I mean? Let's hit it off like with a bang. One of the best cards,
All
They
you
don't
things
care,
should be
bro.
free.
They don't care. They're $1 billion company. They don't care. This is like whatever. 30 mil. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I looked at this.
That's my thoughts.
Since the White House card, our overall record for Colin and I for picking UFC is 115, 57, and 1. But since that White House card, and that's for a couple months, our comments have exploded just on the UFC content. So the sport is growing exponentially. And a lot of people say it's because of the White House event. So was it smart? Yes. Could they wait a couple years till they do it? Maybe a decade? Probably.
No way.
But
They should have it next week.
Never say never.
Yeah.
I would
Never
that
say
again.
never.
We'll see
So-
it again for sure.
I come from like an advertising world where they always say, "What's your return on investment?" I'm
Okay,
big
what's
into
your-
stocks. What's your return on investment? They didn't lose money at all. This investment's still paying off. Not just
Yeah.
that, Dana White also said that they wouldn't do the Sphere again because the Sphere and the White House were just too expensive. But you know what they're probably gonna do next? The Roman
different thing.
Coliseum. I'm just saying.
That
You
would
might
be
be
awesome.
right. Two things could be right at the same time.
100
We
mil
won't do
for
the
that.
we won't do the White House again. We're gonna be at the Coliseum next time. I'm just
I
saying.
think the Coliseum would be
100
more right.
They did it twice. They pulled off their first outdoor event. The sky's the limit now, baby. You know what I mean? Like, why not do
They
it
should.
again?
I think the Coliseum would bring more eyes than the White House. To be honest.
Oh my dude, they would. Oh, dude, they'd bring eyes from the other side of the world.
That's what I'm
Big time.
saying.
But Nick,
Seriously.
look. When
30
Elon
million?
and Zuckerberg were gonna fight or whatever, they were gonna do it at the Coliseum, and it was 100 million, boys, 100 mil to book that.
Why not just fight at the Great Wall of China? Let's bring UFC to China.
They might. It's gonna be like Street Fighter. Like, you know what I mean? They'll
Yes,
be fighting at different
Street
cities and
Fighter.
shit.
Right.
How
Dude,
epic
Like,
could that
the
be?
Bison versus.
Imagine fighting
shit.
on a watchtower on the Great Wall of China, fighting in like a in one of the watchtowers.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
Oh, wait a minute. He's got an idea here.
yeah.
Oh,
Get some of those FIFA investors to invest in this idea, Colin.
So,
Yeah,
It's
You're
probably
amazing.
a better,
You're
a
amazing.
better investment.
But I'm
nice.
saying, like, dude, yeah.
yeah.
This. So again, it was a lot of money. They said the same thing. We're never gonna do the Sphere again, and they did the White House. They said we're never gonna do either of those again. But the sky's the limit now. They've just unlocked Pandora's box, man. Like it's
This is
like
true.
like Michael said, it's still paying off. My brother, who's never watched UFC or caring about it, watched the UFC 250 event, and now he digs it. You know what I mean? That is
And
worth
it's
it.
money.
Yeah, and
Made money.
he gambled on it, all kinds of stuff. Like it's just a big thing, and it's only getting bigger. That's kind of funny, but it was not a waste of money. I don't care what anybody says, especially if they bring like politics into it. You just gotta. The numbers don't lie, boys. The numbers don't lie.
As long as the money isn't coming out of my pocket, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it didn't. It was mostly the UFC, a little
Right.
bit of the White House. But they paid for stuff too. I mean, they made money too, but
This the taxpayer money was mostly for security and like
Yeah.
Correct.
the other the other fan area.
and
That's
concession stuffs I think were for sale. That money a lot of that did trickle back to the I guess the government for hosting it. But yeah, it was an expensive event, but I think it was awesome, and I think we're gonna find that it's not gonna be the last time we see it. Something like that. I don't know if it'll be the White House, but who knows?
The Coliseum would be pretty awesome. I mean, shoot, I might even pay for that one.
so
Heck yeah, that'd be sick.
Awesome.
Right.
Have lions on each side, like whatever. That's cool.
Got doors. Just
The eagle fly in.
Dude,
I mean, coming out on armor on horseback. I mean, that would be sick.
Right.
break it all wires and have the cage in the middle.
Yeah,
Bring
that'd be
in the
sick.
champions.
Go, let's go.
It's
Bring
like,
the gladiator.
yeah, legit. It's
Gladiator.
UFC Gladiator. UFC
Yes.
Gladiator, whatever. That's
The
sick.
gladiator robot. Yeah.
Oh, no robots in the US.
Robot versus human.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, bro.
Japan's
Yeah.
ready. Japan's ready.
So, did you guys see the fight that got announced on the Van and Pantoja card?
No,
I
what
did
is
not.
What fight are you talking
So-
about, Lon?
So Armin Sarukian is facing Mauricio Ruffy for the number one contenders fight and the number one contender spot in the lightweight division. This was supposed to be Armin Sarukian versus Charles Oliveira, but Charles Oliveira's one of his best friends, his teammate Alan Nascimento, died this week of a heart attack. So Charles supposedly behind the scenes pulled out of the fight, and that's why Mauricio Ruffy was offered this fight against our boy Armin. It's gonna be an interesting fight because Armin's a great wrestler, but dude, Mauricio can bang, dude. You know what I mean?
Right on.
What do you guys think?
Looking at the fight card right now.
As long as as long as there's a fight and someone doesn't like break an ankle getting into the ring, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Shots
well,
fired.
Just seeing how you think the matchup would go. What do you think, Ben? You got any ideas how the matchup would be?
I don't know. I think maybe Armin's will win.
Wrestling, I think so too. But
Yeah.
Ruffy could. But what do you think about Van and Pantoja in the main event? Last fight, it only lasted half a round and his arm snapped. What do you guys think?
I mean, come on now. You should be better equipped than, you walk in there in 5 minutes, all of a sudden something breaks off your body. You shouldn't be there if that's going to happen. Like, are you kidding me? Everybody pays so much money to watch this fight. And it's like, oh, my hand's broken. Oh, my ankle broke. It's like, get out of here then. Don't be getting in there. Like, fight, fight with a broken ankle. Fight with a broken hand, people are paying. They want to see guts and gory. So let's see guts and gory. And say, oh, fight's over. Sorry, I broke a nail. Get out of here with that. You know what I mean? I say, even if it's broken, let them fight. Until 1, 2, 3, you're out, you're done and out. So be it. Winner goes to the winner. The match goes to the winner. That's my perspective, though.
There's This one's a tough one. I think who was I don't know who was the underdog. Was it Van, but now he's the favorite.
I think so.
I don't know. Either way, I don't know. Pandoja's like he's really big in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? And
Big grappling, man.
yeah, that's kind of tough for me.
Just root for the guy that doesn't break a bone.
You keep taking shots at Conor McGregor, aren't you?
Yes, I do, because it irritated me,
I
man.
mean,
I
he
was
doesn't
hoping
want
for
to.
a
He
good
doesn't want to
fight.
play Connor's name for some reason.
Let me
I
see.
wanted him to win.
Let me see. I'm just looking at something real quick. I want to get their measurements. Like
Like wingspan, arm span.
right now, I want to say that Alexandra Pantoja is probably gonna win. You know what? I'm gonna say Pantoja's gonna defeat Joshua Van and win the championship, the flyweight championship. I don't know what you guys are gonna bet. You guys are more accurate than I am probably, but I think Van might get beat here.
They're both 5'5", and Pantoja has a 2.5 centimeter extra wingspan.
Okay.
Not much.
Not that it always matters, but I like to try to see the full picture
Should be great.
because styles matter and training and this and that and like who they fought in the past. Yeah, I think it could be a really good fight, but I got Van. I think Van might lose this one and lose the flyweight championship to Pandoja and Alexandra Pandoja. That's what I got.
So moving on.
Think about move on.
So what is it about the NBA
Oh.
here?
Yeah. Okay, guys. This is a behind the scenes talk. When we went off the air last time, we started talking about sports cars and how big that industry is. That like you've got sports, you got fantasy or sports betting, you got fantasy. There's also sports cards, and I didn't realize how big it was until like Colin chimed in and we were learning about different things. I read different stories. So I want to share a couple things with you, the watchers and the fans of the show first. And then I want to report to everybody on the show the latest news about a Dallas Mavericks bounty that's out there right now for a Cooper Flag 1-of-1 card. So I think it was last week, somebody went to Goodwill, found a Wilt Chamberlain warm-up jacket. And when he played with the Lakers, found it in Oregon. He bought it for $3 and sold it from an auction or at an auction for about $90,000. An Otani card was found, a 1-of-1, sold for $11 million. We talked about the 1-of-1 Michael Jordan Kobe Bryant card sold for $13 million. And a Mickey Mantle card sold for $12 million. Now, the newest thing that everybody wants to get their hands on is this Cooper Flag 1-of-1 card. However, not only will you have the opportunity of selling the card, but I'm going to read this, okay, guys? This is the news. The Dallas Mavericks are offering a bounty to whoever unpacks Cooper Flag's debut patch autograph card via a package similar to that of the blockbuster NBA trade. So, Dallas announced the proposed trade Thursday when the card officially hit packs, offering a plethora of items for the lucky fan who finds it. Whoever retrieves the 1-of-1 Topps card can deliver it to the franchise for a package that includes 2 Mavericks season premium lower level tickets for 32 years,
Wow.
a signed game-worn Flag rookie jersey, plus a post-game photo with Cooper Flag. You'll also receive a road trip experience to see the Mavericks face the Boston Celtics with round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and game tickets covered, a private photo shoot with the Rookie of the Year trophy, which Flag won last season, along with the Larry O'Brien trophy. I don't know if the Mavericks have that. I guess from when Dirk was there. As well as a VIP tour of the Dallas practice facility with a team meet and greet are also included, and a private basketball experience for up to 10 guests at the American Airlines Center rounds out the offer. So you get all that for finding this card. And I don't know if you can keep it, but you send it back to the Dallas Mavericks, and you can have all those different things. So
I'd take it.
Totally crazy. Would you take the offer or would you try to sell it at auction?
Take it.
I absolutely take it. But I really want to hear what Colin has to say on that one.
It's quite interesting.
I'd take it. The math is mathin'. You're gonna win on that other one. Everyone online this afternoon is like, "Oh my god, that's nothing." Blah, blah, blah. But all I'm thinking, I've been thinking this whole afternoon, and you guys brought it up again. I forgot about it, but I'm thinking again. All of that is definitely what if you live in another state and you can't make it to a game? You can sell premium courtside lower
Right.
level tickets for oh cool. I just made 10 grand or 5K, whatever, for one night, one game.
Right.
And they
You
said
know what I
for
mean? Look,
32
it's,
years?
For 32 years? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
Jeez.
mean?
I take the deal.
32
Like,
times?
Yeah, I totally keep the
32
deal.
I be 65 and then we can bank just off that.
Right?
I
I'm gonna go
say,
look through
I
my
say
garbage
take,
fell kits next.
take the
Shoot.
deal. Take the deal. Definitely.
That's crazy. Yeah, that and Pokemon cards are strangely very popular. So
See,
Oh,
this-
yeah.
But it's a whole business. Like I was saying, like I have one of my buddies. Like that's what he lived on. He would buy cards, get them rated or whatnot. And I mean, it was like an underground business because not many, at least I didn't know many people that did it until I started really talking to them. And he was telling me there's websites, there's people that are willing to negotiate, people that are just willing to buy it out straight out. And now with like this deal that the Mavericks are bringing up, I mean, it's coming up to the limelight now. Now I kind of want to start looking and buying those Fleer cards or Top cards or whatever brand they may be. I'm sure there's plenty of brands out there that are a lot better now. I'm surprised I don't have like a 3D card yet, or maybe this Maverick one is a 3D card. We don't know yet since it's a 1-1. I mean, it's something exciting to look into, especially for the younger kids, I think, that are just getting started into. Like, I mean, it's getting harder and harder for us to make money, especially at a very young age, right? But this is one aspect or one avenue that these young kids can actually do and start negotiating, doing business, and becoming like, people that make money. I think it's a great idea. I think that's really awesome. And that deal just puts the cream on top of the cake. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm interested now. Shoot, forget working a 9 to 5. I'm gonna start looking into baseball cards, basketball cards, NFL cards, Garbage Bell Kids,
You
Pokemon.
definitely should. You definitely should. The release that just happened with all the debut patches is called the Topps Chrome update, and there's really cool inserts. There's some things called alter egos,
I hope they still come with the gum.
like the Victor Wembanyama alter ego. I think sold for 10K last night. I think there's minion superfractor, so there's like a minion on the body, and
Jeez.
I think the Steph Curry sold for 22K earlier today. Like those are I've
wow, that's
seen
crazy.
lots of money.
Wait, how much is a pack, Colin, of these like potentially
Super
very
cards.
collectible, expensive cards? They can't be like $10, right? Like how much is a pack of these?
I think it's 40, 45, and 85. And
Oh,
then
so they
like
are getting pretty
100,
pricey.
yeah, it is pretty pricey.
100,
That's
200,
like inflation.
up to like 1,000 for a hobby box or a jumbo box and stuff. There's different size boxes and stuff, but yeah. Like if you were watching earlier today, what's his name? Cat was opening 100 hobby boxes, and those hobby boxes go for like, I don't know, $900 each, 1,000. He's opened 100 of them, bro. Like, who's giving him that supplies? Is he buying 100K worth of boxes, or is he just getting gifted it as a player? You know what I mean?
Well,
It's kind
Funny
of a
you should
tricky
bring
thing.
that up because I mean, like, I was watching again, being the poker guy. There's a high stakes poker game going on where the winner would actually get a box of baseball cards, and I forgot what the was, but apparently it was worth like close to 100,000. And I'm like, whoa, just for a box of cards because it's supposed to carry like these super cards or really rare cards that you're lucky if you get one, which it's like almost double as much in price. And I was just thinking to myself, wow, I never understood how much business or how much money is made through trading the cards. And now you have like multiple people from multiple aspects, anything from sports to skill games to gambling, where they're actually gambling with these cards because they're worth so much. And I was just like really amazed. It opened up my eyes to a whole new realm of negotiating, wheeling, and dealing. You know what I mean? If it's another way to make money, why not? Very cool.
When you lose money though, like I remember buying cards back in the day and just getting a bunch of bums. And like, you know what I mean? Like, like I want that Anthony Hardaway rookie card or something like that, right? And I just got a bunch of bench players like nobody cares
That's
about.
yeah.
I want this
Like,
Cal Ripken card. It's just a bunch of bums. So now I'm gonna spend 45 to like $80 for a pack of cards. And are they gonna be a bunch of bums? Like, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know how it works these days.
Understandable, understandable. So, coming up, are we ready? Trying to close it up here. Any last ideas? Any last thoughts?
let's see, how did that NFL game end?
Anybody know the final score?
But yeah, 33 Panthers, 30 Cardinals.
Wow, close.
Very
That's
cool.
a really good game, though. That's
Very
pretty,
cool.
Pretty close.
Good way to start the preseason.
Preseason, yeah.
With that said, let's start watching some football. Let's start watching some trades. Let's start collecting some cards. Either way, enjoy sports. I'm sure we'll talk next week with the latest and greatest news. Have fun, everybody. Keep on watching sport. We'll talk soon.
All right, peace.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
guys.
Finish him.